So, good afternoon and good morning, students. For today, we will start with our Do Now, which asks us to thoughtfully answer a question about why we are better together. Our objective will be to divide mixed numbers, and our central question asks, how do I divide more than one mixed number in the same problem? Now, this is division. So we're asking, does the order of how I work the problems matter? And we will learn, yes, it does. We must work from left to right because division is not commutative. Our assignment will be to watch this video and work today's worksheet. Try to do some problems on your own before you check them with my work. For our exit ticket, we will complete the process for converting a mixed number to an improper fraction. And for homework, I want you to finish up anything that you did not complete in class. Remember, to get full participation credit, we want your camera on. We want you to respond when your name is called, and that could be at the beginning, middle, or end of the period. So you have to stay in the meeting to get your attendance credit. And you need to show your work on camera or send a photo at the end of the period. So tomorrow is virtual high school visit day. So you won't be getting an assignment from me, but you will have a link to visit the high schools virtually. And we want you to do so, and doing so will count for attendance. So Mrs. Montalvo will be checking your attendance for tomorrow. Plus, it'd be great to visit those high schools. And remember, getting through my pre-algebra class looks good on your resume. So let's do well in math. Now, in finance, to reconcile means to check one account against another to see if it's compatible. So this idea of reconciliation is what we're talking about today. Do friends have to be reconciled? Do you sometimes keep a social account of your relationships with others? So in other words, should your social account always reconcile, or should it be in perfect balance? And sometimes friends act as if, well, you did something for me, now I have to do something for you, or I did something for you, so now I'm expecting you to be a certain way or do something for me. And it's important to note that if you're a true friend, you're not going to keep that kind of a score. You're not going to have those tit for tat back and forth requirements. You're going to be there because a friend needs you, or you're going to expect a friend to be there simply because you need them. You don't necessarily keep a balance sheet. But I would like you to respond to that in this space right here. You can use the draw tool or the typing feature. Remember, our do now and our exit are done in tools. We'll get back to our exit ticket later. Meanwhile, let's start with our mixed number division self-checking. We're going to be using a lot of scrap paper today because we have to convert these mixed numbers to improper fractions. So let's get started with our problems. So I'm going to do them on scrap paper. Number one. All right, we're going to convert these to improper fractions. Eight times 10 plus 1. 8 times 10 is 80, plus 1 is 81 tenths. Now we're going to convert the 1 and 1/2. 1 times 2 plus 1 equals, 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3/2. So now we'll rewrite as multiplying by the reciprocal. So the first fraction stays the same, times 2 over 3. Now we have lots of simplifying we can do. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 81 divided by 3 is 27. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And our final answer, 27 over 5, can be simplified to 5 2/5. That goes here. And we'll work the second problem. Now this 5 2/5, we already know from the first problem, is 27/5. And so we will do our keep, change, flip. Change the division to multiplication, multiply by the reciprocal. 27 and 4 we cannot simplify, but 5 and 5 become 1, which gives us 27 over 4. Let's convert that back to a mixed number. 6 times 4 is 24. So that would be 6 3/4. Okay, so now number 3. 6 3/4 divided by 1 2/3. So 6 3/4 we already know from our prior problem that's the same as 27/4. And 1 2/3 will be 1 times 3 plus 2 equals 1 times 3 is 3 plus 2 is 5/3. We do the keep, change, flips part. 27 over 4 times 3 over 5. There's nothing to simplify there, so we'll multiply across. 27 times 3 is 81. 4 times 5 is 20. Now let's convert that back into a mixed number. 20 goes into 81 4 times, with 1/20 left over. So that's 4 1/20. Okay, let's work our next problem, problem 4. So that's 10 1/8 divided by 4 1/20. And we know that 4 1/20 from the last problem is 81 over 20. And 10 1/8 would be 10 times 8 plus 1 over 8, which is 81 over 8. So we start with the first. Remember, this is not commutative, order matters. So the first number is the 10 1/8. So we'll start with that, 81 over 8, change the division to multiplication, and then we're going to multiply by 4 1/20, which is 20 over 81. Now this is easy to see the simplification here. 81 and 81 divided into 81 is 1. 8 and 20 can be divided by 4, so that would be 2, that would be 5. So the answer would be 5 over 2, or 2 1/2. And we put that in the next problem. And we'll work that on the next page. 27 3/4. This is problem number 5. Divided by 2 1/2. So let's make our conversions to improper fractions. So 27 times 4 plus 3, and 27 times 4 equals 108 plus 3 more is 111 divided by 4. And 2 1/2 is 2 times 2 plus 1, which is 4 plus 1, which is 5 over 2. So then we have 111 over 4 times 2 over 5. So we can simplify 2 and 4. This can be a 1, this can be a 2. So that would be 111 times 1 is 111, 2 times 5 is 10. We can simplify that. We'll divide 111 by 10. That would be 1 with 1 left over. So it looks like 11 and 1/10. So let's put that on our paper. Okay, number 6. Okay, number 6, 11 and 1/10 divided by 2 2/5. So 11 and 1/10 would be 11 times 10 plus 1 over 10, which would equal 111 over 10. 2 2/5 would equal 2 times 5 plus 2 over 5, which would equal 12 over 5. So now we have 111 over 10 multiplied by 5 over 12. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And see if 111 is divisible by anything that 12 is also divisible by. Yeah, 3. We can divide 12 by 3 is 4. 111 divided by 3 is 37. So if we multiply across 37, 2 times 4 is 8. Let's convert that to a mixed number. 37 divided by 8 is 4. And 4 times 8 is 32, with 5/8 left over. So that's our final answer, 4 5/8. Let's put that on our paper and get ready for the next problem. Okay, number 7. Four 5/8 divided by 1 1/2. So 4 5/8 is the same as 37/8. 1 1/2 is the same as 3 over 2. So we're going to change the division to multiplication. And the reciprocal of 3 over 2 is 2 over 3. So 2 divided by itself is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 37 times 1 is 37. 4 times 3 is 12. That's our improper fraction, our mixed number we get by division. 3 times 12 is 36. And that's 1/12 left over, so that equals 3 1/12. Which we put on the next line. And on to number 8. So number 8, 3 1/12. divided by 6 and 1/6. So 3 and 1/12 equals 37/12. 6 and 1/6 equals 6 times 6 plus 1, which is 37/6. So 37/12 multiplied by the reciprocal of 37/6. And I can easily simplify 37s to become 1 because they're the same. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 12 divided by 6 is 2. My final answer is 1/2. That suddenly got easier. Okay, let's do number 9. 3 and 1/4 divided by 1/2. So 3 and 1/4 equals 3 times 4 plus 1 over 4. 12 plus 1 is 13. Over 4 times the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2 over 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the final answer would be 13/2. And that converts into 13. 6 times 2 is 12 and 1/2. So that equals 6 and 1/2. All right, we're going to check this. We never trust, we always verify. So the 6 and 1/2 we know is the same as 13 halves. So we're just going to do, it says 15, which we will put over a 1, divided by 6 and 1/2. That would be 15 over 1 multiplied, instead of 13 halves, 2 over 13. 15 times 2 is 30 over 13. And let's do the mixed number. So we'll divide 30 by 13. 2 times 13 is 26, with 4 13s left over. And let's see if that works. And it does. Okay, so let's go to the exit ticket. To convert a mixed number to an improper fraction, multiply the whole number by the denominator. Okay, then add the numerator. And now you've got this new number, and put that number over the same old denominator. So I know those are getting a little hard, but go slow. Be a superstar, because with practice, you'll be great.